Hello, and welcome to another episode of the CHS Post. I'm your host, Gabe Toledo.
And I'm Tess Healy. We have a great episode in store for you guys today.
Tess, I don't know if you'll agree with this, but wouldn't it be so cool to run for president?
Of the United States? Gabe, I think that might be a little ambitious.
I mean, not that you say it out loud. I guess it does seem a little intense.
Just a little?
Fine, all right. I guess I'll run for vice president. That seems like more my speed.
Speaking of running for president, Sydney and Mariana interviewed and got to know Chatham High School's own class presidents. Let's take a look.
So, my name is Ashir Rao, and I'm the freshman class president.
I'm Willie Chan.
My name is Ted Joel, and I'm the junior class president.
Hi, my name is Jess Plucci, and
I wanted to become class president because I really wanted to make a change in the school and everything that we have going on, because I know that there's a lot of things people want and not necessarily get every year. So I wanted to be the person to bring about change in the school.
So this is a story that goes all the way back to middle school. And I think it was Amr Khan that he went up there on the podium to make his speech, and he was talking about toilet paper. And I thought that was hilarious.
Because I thought I had a lot of good ideas that would be beneficial to our grade.
So I decided to run the next year, mostly on a whim, kind of as a joke. But then I actually turned out to really like it a lot. I'm definitely proud of a lot of the work that we've been able to do as a class, and I think representing that is a great honor for me.
I wanted to take more of a leadership role in the school and try and work on improving things for the students.
Well, one thing I kind of really want to do is, because I know a lot of people have been asking for it, is a student versus faculty game of some kind.
I'd probably get rid of homework because that sucks.
I would probably encourage the school to use probably different colors for the walls of the school. Because right now, if you walk through Chatham High School, most of the colors on the walls, with the exception of maybe this room, they're mostly beige and white, and they're kind of boring. I would probably spice it up a little bit more.
I'd probably have a class or a school shop, to be honest, and I would make off-campus available to every grade.
What conspiracy do I think? Well, my first theory is that Mr. Grove's real name is actually Mr. Bro. Don't tell him I said that, but that's definitely true. No one can tell me otherwise.
We're living in a simulation. I'm not a firm believer of that, but I think it would be very cool.
The fifth person in my text messages, that would probably be the actual class council group chat, I think from last year.
I have to get up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
It's my brother.
Italian Village.
Oh, and why?
It is my friend group chat, so it's all of my best friends.
Well, I wasn't texting Italian Village. They sent me a coupon for today only, 11 through 4 p.m., $2 off, any hot or cold sub.
Class of 2024 is the best because they elected me. No, I'm kidding, partially, but probably because I feel like we're a really well-rounded class, and we're not all just really good at sports, but we're also really into theater and arts and academics, and I feel like we're just a dedicated class.
First of all, it's 22, so there's two twos.
We got a good number, 25. It's a nice number.
The class of 2023 is the best class just because the class officers put in a lot of work to make this class much better. And we put in a lot of thought to everything we do.
Obviously, there's a lot of great talent we have in our class, but I think overall it's just we're all very committed to our own sort of causes, and I think that commitment is really what makes the class so great.
Wow, Gabe, I know who you should talk to if you're still thinking of running for VP.
Are you crazy? Of course I'm still running. Tess, when I announce my campaign, are you going to vote for me?
No. On a different note, Gabe, have you ever wondered what our teachers did before becoming teachers?
Isn't that what our next segment's about?
Yeah, Aiden and Cullen interviewed some of CHS's most interesting teachers on what they did before CHS.
My name is Mr. Clark, and I am the teacher of video and TV production here at Chatham High School.
Hello, I'm Mr. Mariano, and I am the teacher for all of the engineering and our architecture classes here at Chatham High School.
My name is Miss Rubinetti. I'm a paraprofessional here at the high school. I started in August this year.
So my name is Max Diaz and I'm one of the student teachers currently at the high school. So I'm student teaching up in the chemistry department with Mr. Gaba and Ms. Irvin.
So I've always been a tech ed teacher, but since I've used the Autodesk products for so long, I branched out and started working for architectural firms, a couple of architects that needed some help with drafting and design.
So prior to becoming a teacher, I worked in TV production, and I went to school for TV production at Montclair State, and then I worked as a freelancer behind the scenes of TV shows. I worked in acting on TV shows and different things like that.
So prior to going into education, I worked as a medical assistant for 2 neurosurgeons for a little while, and then I also went to medical school for a year.
Prior to teaching, I worked in litigation. I worked initially, I worked as a paralegal. I started off in a large law firm in New Jersey, and then I went and worked in New York in a global law firm.
I liked freelancing because there was so much variety, there was so much different things that I had access to. You know, one week I would be working on Orange is the New Black on Netflix, and then another week I'd be working as a cameraman for the Red Bull soccer team.
I think I liked kind of feeling like I was actually in the workforce doing something for the first time. You know, it was one of my first real jobs that I had, and so getting to work and go home every day and kind of feel like an adult and live on my own and cook my own food, go grocery shopping, all those kinds of things was really cool for the first time.
I do miss the part where each case is different, so you actually have to learn about the client's industry or what their specific issues. So that was interesting because you're always, even if the day-to-day might be the same, there's always something different with each case.
Yeah, I like seeing how the professional field uses everything that I take into my classroom, which is why I did that, so I could learn a little bit about that and bring it into my classrooms.
So I changed careers because the medical field just wasn't for me, I realized. It was kind of a pipe dream that I had for a really, really long time all through college, and then I went to work for them for a little while, and then I went to medical school, and you know, I thought when I went to medical school that was kind of where I wanted to be, and I'd be really happy there and I'd love it. And I ended up just really not liking it after the first year. I decided I didn't want to waste my time and my money and everything like that going into a field that I wasn't actually really passionate about.
In college, I worked as a substitute teacher just because of the flexibility. It was very easy for me to balance a schedule as a substitute because you basically pick and choose the days you want to work. So I only did that for the flexibility of the job, but then I started to like the education environment the more and more that I was around it. The more and more that I took on roles in the school, that's when I started to think like maybe I should pursue this for real. And I found out that there's actually high schools that have TV production programs, video production programs. So I found out that I could kind of not necessarily change my whole career and leave the other one behind, but blend them together.
Whoa, who would have guessed our teachers have such interesting stories?
I know, right? I definitely have to try and find Mr. Clark on Evil Talk.
Guess what time it is?
What time? Gabe, I think it's time for you to get a watch.
For your information, I have many watches. I'm actually a watch enthusiast.
Sure. Since you clearly don't know what time it is, I'll be hijacking this next segment intro. It's time for everyone's favorite segment, Question of the Week. This question has been a long time coming. Some of you might even know it from TikTok. Let's take a look.
Hi, what are you listening to?
Closer by the Chainsmokers.
Thank you. What are you listening to?
Power Trip by J. Cole.
Thank you.
Listening to?
I'm listening to Sean M by Paso Flock.
What are you listening to?
Moon by Kanye West.
Hey, Krogan! What are you listening to?
A Man-Eater by Daryl Hall and John Oates.
Nice.
What are you listening to?
I'm just watching a video. I'm not listening.
Nice. Excuse me. What are you listening to?
Music.
What song?
A song.
Brother, this
Thanks.
guy stinks!
Listening to.
Avalanche by Migos.
Ella, what are you listening to?
Blessing Me by Red Hearse.
What are you listening to?
I'm listening to. Just trying to find the artist's name. Chanel Bag by Killmonk.
Hi, what are you listening to?
I'm listening to Whiskey Glasses by Morgan Wallen.
What are you listening to?
I think it's like acoustic something. Starving.
Hi, what are you listening to?
Bad Habits by
Bad habits lead to late nights.
Diego. What are you listening to?
I'm listening to Leaked by Lil TJ right now.
That's a fire song. That's
You go first.
Hey, Gabe. Gabe. What are you listening to?
A Boy by Lil Peep.
Fire.
You'll only see us in the bud. God boy.
Wow, CHS has great music taste. What a great way to end the episode.
Yeah, totally.
Before we sign off, everyone here in the Pulse family would like to congratulate Chair on their retirement.
Let's look back on all of their hard work throughout the years.
We're really going to miss Chair. Come back to visit soon.
All right, folks, that's all for this week. This has been Gabe,
And Tess,
signing off.
don't forget to tune in next. Gabe predicts the weather with 100% accuracy.